Hi everyone, welcome. FPLMattDay here, and this is my wildcard draft from game week 24, and it takes you all the way through to game week 26 and beyond. But I'm focusing on those game weeks because we have a double game week in 25 and a blank game week in 26. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like the video and get your comments, thoughts, and questions in ready for my wildcard draft. But we'll go straight into it and share screen. I'm really excited to show this. Actually, this is tempting me to actually use my wildcard myself as well. Yeah, I'm actually really liking this draft, the way it's set up. But look, enough of that. Let's share and go straight into it. So here you go on the screen. We'll start with the goalkeeper, and it is that man Dubravka. If you've got him in your team already, he's done pretty well since coming in with the obviously the injury crisis Newcastle had in goal. Forest away in game week 24. For his price, I think it's worth keeping him or sticking him in your goal as your number one for game week 24. So that is the goalkeeper. 1.2 million in the bank. Remember, that's my team value for my team. And no points because this is a wild card. So we'll go into the defence. And it's a back three for game week 24. 8 Nori for Wolves, home to Brentford. It looked really impressive against Chelsea. It was very attacking, grabbed an assist as well. Spent most of that game in Chelsea's box. He was brilliant. Doughty, he's been unbelievable for Luton. Has that double game week in 25 as well, which we'll go through shortly. But Sheffield United at home this week, big potential for him. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold didn't finish at the 60 minutes against Arsenal, but it sounds like it was just a fitness issue. I think Burnley is the game that he'll come back and get a haul, hopefully, for managers. So let's go into the midfield. And we'll start here. We'll just zoom out a little bit. Palmer has to stay in teams for me. Palace away. Too many people have too much value tied up in him. I would not sell him. Luis Diaz next to him. A lot of people will be going for Jota, but Diaz really impressed me against Arsenal, getting the assist for the Gabriel own goal. But he was on the ball a lot. I think there's a couple of big hauls to come from him, and he's also a bit cheaper than Jota, currently 7.4 mil. I reckon there's a lot of potential in there. I would love Salah, and I'd like to be putting him in this draft, but I think with his hamstring injury, there's just no guarantees right now. So we've got to play that one by ear. So you've then got to pick another Liverpool midfielder. Phil Foden, absolute must-have if you are looking to add more Man City players. 20-point haul in game week 23. And then De Bruyne as well, that pricier, more expensive option. He could potentially be the Salah replacement, and you could put a Man City asset elsewhere if you want to, but I think De Bruyne is going to be pretty critical as he is back from fitness now. So let's go into my forwards and strikers. So it's a front three there. Darwin, Núñez, Burnley home in game week 24. You'll see he will have a future double game week, as does Haaland, captain's armband against Everton. He is now back. Expect him to score, given it's a home game. And then Tony, who's been brilliant since coming back for Brentford, away to Wolves. So you will have Tony playing against 8 Nori from Wolves in your defence. But 8 Nori is quite attacking. And Tony actually had a really good record at the Molineux, scored a couple of goals on Brentford's home debut at that stadium in the Premier League, home Premier League debut. So really strong front three there. Let's go into the bench. We'll zoom back out a bit more here. Areola, another mainstay, was injured in game week 23, but I think he'll be okay. Garnacho, another great budget enabler, big score in game week 23. Estupiñán, not the best score over the last couple of weeks, was dropped, but I think he's worth the risk on wildcard. And then Collins from Brentford, cheap option who plays in blank game week 26 and double game week 25 to give you that extra option. So let's zoom out and show you the full team, which I believe is a really strong wildcard in game week 24. As you can see there, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players at home. Strong playing bench. My team value gives me a bit of money in the bank. It says 54.4 expected points. I think this can get more than that. And you could even maybe change captain's armband this week to someone like Cole Palmer. It does go down on the expected points. Or if you want to really gamble on someone like Darwin. But I think a lot of people will stick with Haaland. So that's the full team. But let's go into the big one, double game week 25 with this team. And you end up with Dubravka at home to Bournemouth against Areola on the bench there away to Forest. So you can pick one there. Doughty with 2 games. Okay, they're tough, United and Liverpool. But I expect attack and returns in at least one of those. Hopefully doesn't concede too many goals over that spell, especially at Anfield. Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. Brentford away and Luton home. I know there is expected rotation for Liverpool, so they've got a cup final, but I think they know the league is a priority as well. And then Estupiñán away to Sheffield United. Good fixture for him. And then in midfield, you can play that Garnacho pick away to Luton. Luis Diaz with the double. Foden with the double. De Bruyne with the double. Darwin with the double. Haaland with the double. And Tony with the double. So there you can end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 double game week players. And if you really wanted to make that 9, with an expected points, may I say, of 93.8, you could put Collins in there, gives you 94.6. And you could hit the triple captain this week on Haaland, which gives you an expected point of 106.1. No transfers needed for this game week either, which makes it even more impressive for when we go to blank game week 26. And you can probably swap out Dubravka this week for Areola. And have a look at this. Blank game week 26 gives you 11 starters, second keeper, and the transfers for this game week, because you'd have 2 free transfers, would be Darwin out for Ollie Watkins at home to Forest. And Neto, great game at home to Sheffield United as well. He would come in to your midfield there for Luis Diaz as Liverpool blank in that game week, as do Spurs, as do Chelsea, as do Luton, which is why you can see those players on the bench. So really, really strong wildcard if you decide to play this wildcard draft from game week 24 through to game week 26. I really, really like it. I think there's a lot of points potential. And as you saw before, game week 25, you could be hitting some big numbers, especially if you then use your triple captain that game week as well. It could come down to Salah, whether or not he's fit or if he's back, but I just don't expect him to play both games in that double game week with a cup final coming up only a few days later. So there you have it. That is my wildcard draft for game week 24, 25, and 26. I'm really happy with it. I think there's a lot of potential in there. It gives you a full playing team in game week 26 as well. Like I said, 7 to 8 players in game week 25, that double, and a really strong team in game week 24. So let me know what you think in the comments. Any questions or thoughts? I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you're new here. Get your comments in as well, like I mentioned before, and like the video too. I'll leave it there. Thanks again. I'm FPLMattDay. Stay tuned on my channel for shorts and a tips video prior to this week's deadline. There may even be the return of a deadline stream. I'm not 100% sure, as I'm still interstate here in Australia right now. So it might not be till game week 25 that the deadline streams return, which I know a lot of people are missing. So they will be back again soon. But thanks, everyone. I'll leave you there. I'm FPLMattDay, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.